gonna say it's not thick enough to obscure vision, but you can definitely tell it's there.
Okay. Like a misty day, but not like unusually misty.
Yeah. For the sake of convenience, I'm saying it's not obscuring vision, but perhaps it gets thicker at other times.
Interesting. Some foreshadowing right there. That's pro. Alright. Well, we might as well get to the rest of the house. And by we, I would prefer the stronger, less wounded to go first so that I may cower behind them.
Woo. Dude, there's like a really big door over that way, dude. Let's start with that one first.
I'm gonna just nod and start heading towards the door.
Oh,
And I'll open the door.
All right.
What a
You
madman.
pop the door open. Magnus, stop.
No,
You're
not
fine.
that door.
He doesn't like you opening that door, apparently.
Alright, well then we should turn back.
Let me put this dog out. Hang on.
Allow it to be known, my torch was with me the whole time. Who else wants one?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Magnus doesn't seem to like this idea. I think we should leave the house, go back to the inn, and stay there forever.
Let's just burn this house down. Okay, it's clearly infected. And go.
All right, sorry. So, you open the door, and as you step in, you notice that this appears to be like a library / study. There's multiple bookshelves on either side of you. Directly across from the door, there is a body lying on the floor.
Shit.
I'll check the body.
All right. Go ahead. You roll me an investigation, and then everybody but Felix roll me a perception.
Well, all right. Wow.
Spooky.
All right.
Go on.
What?
Precision.
That's very consistent, guys. Good work.
1 in 400 chance right there.
Standard deviation of 0.
It's teamwork for sure. So, Orsik, looking at the body, you can tell that this there are various like puncture and slashing wounds across the corpse, and there is, as before, not quite as much blood as you would expect for a corpse in this condition around it. And all three of you, as you are looking at the body, hear a commotion, or I'm sorry, just motion, not a commotion, from behind this bookshelf. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Does that include Felix?
Yes. You can roll initiative.
Logue, for the love of God, roll higher than 2.
Good joke.
I believe.
Hey, me, I believe too.
There we go. I have lent you my
Believe it, I
power.
won't do it. I've like space jammed your initiative roll away from you. Alright.
Oh, look at
we
that.
are
Higher
up
than
there.
2.
I'm in the stratosphere.
All right. So, you've heard motion from around the corner there, and Wit, you are the first one up.
Cool. Yeah. Wait, what corner? I'm sorry. You probably dinged the map and I didn't even see.
Yeah.
Blessings upon you.
Thank you. I appreciate them.
Well, since I'm super weak right now, I'm just gonna hide by Orsik and ready an attack action.
Okay. Orsik.
Since I am Orsik, I'm gonna charge in there with my hammer.
Smart.
That works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop my torch on the ground and have fun. Oh, hello. I'm actually gonna stop this pace right over here. That's not gonna do any kind of attack of opportunity.
Sorry, you were breaking up a little bit there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think you said attack of opportunity, and no, they would not get one against you.
Okay, perfect. All right, time for Bertha.
Is it just me, or is he breaking up for everyone?
He's breaking up a little bit, but he's still comprehensible on my screen.
Test 1 2. Sorry, guys.
Okay, it's probably
You're
on
good,
my end. I will totally blame my internet before I blame anything else. So I'm just checking. I'm still keeping up for now. I'll let you know if it gets too bad.
Okay.
All right. So you swing your great maul at the mist creature, and it is able to press back against the wall just out of reach as the maul passes in front of it.
Ah, drat. All right. Well, that will end my turn.
All right. Felix.
I will take a little peek-see around here. Oh boy. And just sort of based on where I heard the commotion happening, I think it's fair of me to assume that it's sort of right over here.
That would be accurate.
But I am also kind of hurt, so you know what? Hold on, let's see if we can do this. Alright, I will continue Operation Use Orsik as my meat shield. Perfect. It's right where I hoped it would be. And I will interpose him between the creature and myself. Like the master strategist that I am. And I'm gonna hit it with a Ray of Frost. Shazam. Whoops. Alright, well, there you go. Now you know what the spell does. Man, I'm the best.
So good.
Nice. So you slam a ray of frost into the creature, pushing it back against the wall and briefly crystallizing some of the mist that makes it up.
Alright, and I'm pretty good with that. I'm happy. I'm content.
I like the effects. Nice work.
I try. Whoops.
All right. So the mist creature thawing out slightly as little chips of ice fall to the floor, stretches its hands out towards Felix, and a bolt of fog or mist streaks through the air and slams into him. That'll be an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that just barely gets me.
Take 6 cold damage.
That's fun. Alright. I'm kicking.
The creature then shrieks in rage and eyes Orsik. Fal Dune?
Woo! Seeing Orsik charge in there and seeing Felix follow him for some reason, I'm gonna see what the commotion's about. I'll drop my torch on the ground. One, two. Oh. He's, really backed himself into a corner there. Alright, no matter. I'll step way back here, just so that if, Wit wants to join, she can. And I'll take aim and launch a, produce flame at this guy. Or, create bonfire, I think the spell is. Create bonfire. Bam.
Any creature in the bonfire space, when you cast a spell, succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 fire damage. When you cast it. Okay. Let's see. That's going to get an 11. All right. The creature is unable to dodge your bonfire for 7 damage. All right. Anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Wit.
Seeing as my companions have all charged in there, I'm going to do the same. Can I fit in this space just above Orsik there, or do I need to do a table dance?
As much as I'd like to say yes to the latter, I'll say you can fit in this.
Is
Okay.
that a table? I thought it was a rug.
There's stuff on there. It looks like a table to me.
What?
I mean, you're probably right. Oh, are you talking about this one?
Yeah, that one.
Ah, there you go. That was my confusion.
Yeah, there you go. Anyways, I'm going to try to stab the Mist Monster.
That will definitely hit.
I would hope so.
So you lash out with your rapier and slam it into the creature. All right. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Orsik.
All right, Bertha, I choose you. Aw.
Well, unfortunately, that does not connect, and you slam your maul uselessly into the floor in front of the creature.
Take that, floor. That'll be my turn.
All right. Felix.
Well, it seems like you all have this under control, so if you don't mind, I'll take a step out and just sort of bleed a little bit. And I'm just gonna, oh, excuse me, Wit, pardon me, thank you so much. I'll protect the victim.
The dead victim?
Yeah, that one. And I'm just gonna chill here. I will ready another one of them gnarly rays of frost just in case something comes at me.
Okay.
The first thing that is not a party member and looks like they could be a perpetrator is gonna get frosted hard.
Wait, here's a question.
Yep,
Is-
go for it.
Is Ray of Frost a cantrip?
It is.
Dang it. Okay.
Why?
If it was a spell, we'd have to roll for a surge. Didn't realize it was a cantrip.
We'd have to roll.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind, it's not.
I forgot about that. You guys got to keep track of that for me.
Oh no. Luckily, unfortunately, it hasn't happened
Oh.
yet.
Roll for surge. Yeah, no. I have cast one.
No,
No, I'm just saying.
not today.
No. Yeah, the surge hasn't happened yet. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that campaign-ending surge on, like,
Mhm.
episode 3, and that's it, guys.
Yeah.
Pack it up.
Oh god.
The star went supernova.
All right. It is now the mist creature's turn. Howling with rage, it hurls itself at Orsik, lashing out with its claws. That will be a 16 to hit.
Hit.
All right.
Mr. Dynamite.
That will be 10 slashing damage.
My God.
And as it's laying into you with its claws, it also leans forward and attempts to bite you. That'll be a 9 to hit. Probably not as lucky.
Nope, sorry.
All right. Then we go to Fal Dune.
Dude, can I just say one thing first? The net librum of magical effects really sucks for the purposes of looking things up.
How do you mean?
You cannot Command F to find anything on the list.
That sucks.
It's really lame.
I've done that before.
I don't believe you. Maybe it's just the PDF that I have stinks and doesn't do it. Oh well.
You're roasted.
Alright, back to D&D. Ooh! Because the creature ended its turn in the bonfire, it has to make another save against being burnt.
Oh, I forgot about that bonfire that you set in the floor next to the bookshelf.
I'll be honest, not the greatest idea. And I had forgotten that it does that. Which is why I would very much like for it to make it save now so that I can end it on my turn.
It failed the save, so 7 more damage.
Okay. No, that seems a little unfair. Let me roll another d8. There we go.
Okay. All right. Now we go to Fal Dune.
Okay. So I would like to release concentration on the spell, so as to hopefully not burn the entire house down. I would then like to unsheath my spear, and because it's worked so well against the spiders, I'd like to launch this spear at the mist dude, right between Wit and Orsik, because I'm sure that'll work.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, I'm not sure I'm able to squeeze in there between the two of them, and like get a little
Table
like.
dance.
Yeah, someone's doing a table dance, guys.
I don't want to mess up the papers on the desk.
It could be valuable clues.
Ooh, oh, just turned that to Dex. Bam! Got an unlock.
All right. You hurl your spear between Orsik and Wit at the creature, and it slips under its arm and slams into the wall behind.
Dude, I thought for sure that would have worked. Dude, that's my bad. I'll take the L on that one, dudes. And then I'll move over here, just to have a little better angle on him.
All right. Wit.
Okay, stabbing seems to work, so I'm going to try and stab it again.
Why fix what's not broke? You stab it
Exactly.
again. You slam your rapier into the creature's chest, and it gasps out a hiss of pain and seems to falter a little bit. Orsik.
Third time's a charm. Man,
There
maybe
you go.
not.
That's charmy.
You attempt to slam your maul into the creature yet again, but instead only succeed in knocking books off the shelf.
I'm gonna use a bonus action to heal myself with my second wind.
Okay.
Question about that is it's 1d10 plus my fighter level. Is like when you actually level up, is that only when you do the long rest, or is that now? Like, is it retroactive?
So you would only get the bonus of 2 for right now. You
Okay.
won't get the bonus of 3 until after you've done your long rest.
Perfect. All right, that'll end my turn.
Okay. Felix.
Well, I'm still quite injured and quite afraid, so guard duty commences. I will take one step here, just so I can get a better view of everything outside. You know what, I'm gonna be here instead. And I'm just holding up my Ray of Frost. Preparing to ice up anything that gets too close.
Very tactically minded. I like.
I try.
All right. It is once again come around to the creature's turn, and it hurls itself at Orsik again with renewed ferocity. That will be an 18 to hit.
Hit,
This thing is a champ.
right?
That is 8 slashing damage. and again, it leans in to bite you as well. It's not so good at the biting thing, apparently.
Yeah, it's great at slashing.
Yeah, that'll be an 11 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. Fal Dune.
Alright, we got him this time. I will jump up onto the table against all good judgment. Crud. Here's a question. If I try to, like, put this guy in, like, a full Nelson, would it make it easier for Orsik or Wit to hit him? Like, if I tried to grapple him and be like, there, now he can't move.
I'm gonna have to actually look that up. I don't remember. To grapple. Let's see. Are grappled creatures easier to hit?
Okay. Oh, this is lame. Its speed is 0, and it cannot benefit from any bonus to speed. That's the big thing that grappled entails.
Yeah, it looks like it doesn't have anything about like adding advantage, which I guess makes sense. You are slowing them down and preventing them from moving, but you are also kind of interposing yourself in their space. So one thing making it easier to hit, one thing making it harder for your friends to hit without hitting you, it kind of cancels out, and the attack rolls are going to be about the same. But you could take control its movement, and that whole it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed can be helpful for like rogue sneak attacks and things like that.
Okay. Unfortunately, for the purposes of this, that doesn't seem hugely beneficial. So, I would try casting a spell, but I don't think I have anything that's able to hurt it without threatening to burn the building down. Oh, wait, yes I do. I got 2 weapons on the end. I got a weapon on the end of each arm. I will attempt to punch the mist monster.
Fal Dune is clearly not an indoor spellcaster.
I really didn't see this coming, I'll be honest. That one's on me.
Oh boy.
Oh, take this, you son of a bitch!
Oh!
New plan?
Nice.
I'm becoming a boxer. They call me Foul Tyson.
How would you like to do it?
Oh my god. I'll be honest, I didn't expect it to get this far. I just, like, give him the most brutal uppercut of all time, and as it dissolves into mist, it's like, you know that plume it makes when someone makes a really huge cannonball? That's what happens to the mist, just, like, up to the ceiling.
Alright. You uppercut the mist creature into oblivion.
As soon as it kind of disappears, my fist is still in the air because of, like, the incredulity of the entire event. And I look to Orsik and Wit and I go, dudes, tell me somebody saw that.
I'll just give you a thumbs up.
I think I've, like, thought about this adventuring thing all wrong, dude. I should have become a boxer. Oh, hey, there's my spear. Now I'll pull my spear out of the wall before I forget about that.
So, with the mist creature gone, you have another chance to look around the room. Aside from the bookshelves, which line the north wall, and then 4 separate shelves sticking out from the walls otherwise. And apparently the south wall and the southeast wall. Lots of bookshelves in here. There is a desk with some papers scattered across it, and a chair in front of it.
I'll take a look at the desk. Is there anything noteworthy on?
Roll me an investigation.
While he was doing that, I'll call to Felix.
I was
Felix,
about to
like,
say,
he's taken care of, dude.
hearing that the shit has stopped, I'm gonna take a peek in. See that everything's safe, and then just kind of chill out. There you
Chill
go.
out, bleeding profusely.
Yeah, you know, just trying to stop the bleeding with my breathing exercises.
Orsik, you search the desk, and across the top of the desk, you find a number of papers which reference like local history, local legends and stories, and a couple of papers about goblins, specifically goblin tribes that are found in the local area.
All right, I'll just kind of lean towards the party and say, you know, sounds like goblins, and I'll just point to the desk to kind of indicate that I'm talking about the papers on the desk, and I'm gonna walk away.
Seeing that Orsik looked at the papers and walked away, I will assume that they actually have valuable information on them. So I'm actually gonna wander over here and get a closer look at them.
Okay, investigation.
Investigation, my strong suit. Bam.
you take a look at the papers, and you do see the references to goblins that Orsik was talking about, and some other like stories and tales and stuff, but nothing. I don't know. It just seems like books books about things happening in the local area, particularly unusual, nothing related to the mist creature.
Either way, I would like to collect as many of the notes as possible and sort of tuck them in my backpack.
Okay. Yeah, you can collect all of the papers that are sitting out on the table and tuck them away in your pouch.
Alright. Thank you.
All right. Who else has got stuff going on?
Can I take a look at these bookshelves?
Yeah. Investigation.
No.
So you take a look through the bookshelves, and the owner of this library appears to have a very particular interest. Most of the books are about history. There's a fair number on local history. There's some on like mythical or lost treasures or mystery. There's not much in the way of like fiction or biography or anything like that. It seems to mostly be historical texts and like light archaeological texts.
Interesting. I might grab some of those historical texts.
Okay, if you're going to grab historical text, I'll have to make up names for you for the historical text you're grabbing later. I did not anticipate this.
Sorry. You got a bored rogue. Come on, she's gonna read or steal something.
Congrats, everybody. We broke the game.
Right? Or steal things to read, both.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay. You can swipe 3 books, and I'll come up with names later.
Yay! Thanks. Sorry for the extra work.
No problem. Not at all. And you took specifically historical books, right?
Yeah.
All right. I've made the page.
Hey, from what I've seen, those textbooks could be worth like $200.
Only if you're buying new. Reselling, they're probably worth more like $2.
Correct.
We'll give you 50 cents.
Woo!
Anything else?
I'm good.
I think I'm fine.
I'm good.
Okay.
I don't know what monster would kill so many trees just to write words on them. Something about this, just not right, man.
I don't know. I think it's a fairly worthwhile endeavor. Just me personally. Hey, somebody missed a torch?
Yeah, I got mine right here.
I got
dude.
mine.
Thought I had mine. Maybe that's mine. Move it over here just in
Alrighty.
case.
All right, onward.
Yeah, let's like.
Yes, all of us onward. Equally.
Felix, do you need a little tune-up, dude?
No, I'm good to go.
I gotta take a phone call. Sorry.
That's fine. It'll give me time to type out some notes.
I sure hope this isn't all our notification that the campaign is silently ended.
Coronavirus got him.
Oh yeah,
no.
I'll be right back, he said. Never to
Just
return.
Just like Dad, he never came back.
Maybe he's just going out.
Disappeared into the sunset.
Maybe, and hear me out on this. He's just going out for milk, and he'll be right back.
Yeah, good joke.
Maybe.
It's just that the cow walked really far away from its enclosure, so now he's got to track the cow down. It's because
The way
they're
you almost flubbed and said horse, and then pulled it back at
Shut
the
up.
end was incredible. And I want you to know it didn't go unnoticed or unappreciated.
How about this? Shut your mouth.
Alright, that's fair.
Maybe that's what it is. He's actually came back. You just can't get a word in edgewise around all your sass. Fucking it again. All right, cut that. Let's try it again. From the top.
So, you guys know any jokes?
Jokes. What do you think?
I have a joke I can tell.
Go right ahead.
Actually, you know what? I'd like to reserve a spot after this. I just thought of a second joke that would go even better after this one.
Go for it.
Alright, I'm monopolizing the jokes, so fuck all y'all. Alright.
You've been penciled in.
Alright. So there's 3 kids just walking in a field one day. And one of them says, dude, I bet I could throw something the highest in the air out of all 3 of us. The second kid goes, no way, dude, I could totally throw it the highest. The third kid goes, no, it's totally me, I could throw it the highest. So they're like, alright, then let's have a contest. Whoever can throw something the highest in the air, like, they win. Everyone's like, yeah, that's a good idea. Then one of them goes, wait, how do we know who threw something up in the air the highest? Like, we can't measure it. They're like, oh yeah, that's a good point. So they finally come up with a solution. It's like, alright, well there's like the little swampy area down by the lake. We'll go over there where like the ground's all muddy. We'll throw like a brick. We'll get some bricks, we'll throw them up really high in the air, and when they come down, they'll sink into the mud. Whoever's brick sinks the furthest into the mud, they must have thrown their brick up the highest. The other guys are like, dude, yeah, that's perfect, let's do it. So they go down by the lake, each of them has a brick. So the first kid goes, alright, watch this. He winds up, throws the brick up as high as he can, comes down, and it sinks 6 inches into the mud. The second kid's like, no, I could totally beat that. Winds up, throws his brick up in the air, and it comes down and lands 8 inches into the mud. The third kid goes, I got both of you beat. Winds up, throws the brick as high up in the air as he can, and the brick doesn't come down.
Solid.
Okay?
Solid joke.
All right.
Alright, maybe you like the second one better. So there's a lady. She wants to go on vacation with her parrot. She loves a parrot. It's like, some people have a dog as a pet. This lady has a parrot as a pet. She, able to book a flight really cheap, but the only flight she's able to get, the cheapest flight she's able to get, is on the no parrot, no smoking airlines. They only got 2 rules. You're not allowed to smoke, and you're not allowed to have a parrot. But she's got her parrot, and she has to travel. So she gets the idea, I'm just going to wear a big trench coat, and I'll, hide the parrot in the trench coat. So just no one will notice. I really need this flight. So, gets to the airport, gets through security, nobody notices the parrot. So it's all going perfectly. Gets through the terminal, onto the airplane, just absolutely aces. She's got the parrot in the trench coat, nobody suspects anything. The plane takes off, get to 30,000 feet, still nobody's noticed anything. It's gone absolutely perfect. Then the pilot comes up on the intercom, he's like, hello, we have reached cruising altitude at 30,000 feet. Please feel free to walk around the cabin. So, she's basking in this victory until the pilot comes out. And the pilot, she noticed, he's smoking this really big cigar, which obviously not allowed to do on the no smoking, no parrot airlines. But she's like, hey, he's a pilot, he could probably get away with it. He's flying the plane. What am I going to do about it? The pilot's making small talk with some of the people, hey, you enjoying the flight? And, that kind of asinine small talk. And as he's walking by this lady, the parrot in her coat goes, play with a cracker. So the pilot, he's looking around I know, I just heard something. And the woman's trying to calm the parrot down, shut up. And the parrot goes again, play with a cracker. And the pilot sees her with the parrot now. It's busting out of the trench coat. And he goes, hey, you're not allowed to have a parrot on this plane. She goes, well, you're not allowed to smoke on this plane. So she takes the guy's cigar, opens up a window, and throws it out the plane. Then the guy goes, well, you're not allowed to have a parrot on the plane. He opens up another window, throws the parrot out the plane. So the lady's huffing and all mad, motherfucker just threw my parrot out the plane. What the fuck? Just stewing for the rest of the flight. The pilot's fucking bitch threw out my cigar. He goes back to the cockpit, really disappointed about it, going back to flying the plane. 10 minutes later, after, flying the plane through the air, he sees something up in the window, just out the window of the plane. He's like, what the fuck is that? He looks, and it's the fucking parrot that he threw out the plane. And there was something in its hands. Fucking guess what the parrot has in its hands?
Is it the cigar?
No, it's the brick.
Oh my god.
All right,
I didn't
that's,
catch the joke. But I'm gonna assume it was hilarious.
that's about all I got.
Only took about 5 minutes, but we got there.
I mean, the plan was to kill time, I thought.
All right. Sorry about the delay. We're trying to refinance during this current crisis to take advantage of low rates, and the mortgage guy called me.
Mm.
Ah, I hope it works out, man.
It sounds like it is, so that's cool.
Woo!
Good.
Yay.
So what I'm hearing is there's extra gold pieces to go around.
Well, we'll see when you finish getting through the rest of these rooms.
If we get through the rest of these rooms.
Yes, that's a good point.
I'm so hurt.
Leaving is always an option. I just want to point that out. We're all like bleeding to death. Except for Fal. I don't know if he's been hit yet.
He probably is.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
I think I was the first person
Well,
who
no,
was
that's
hit,
not so
and I then stopped doing that.
He stubbed his toe. It's fine. He's one of the team.
I'm a little cold. I'm thinking about putting on a sweater. Other than that, I'm fucking aces.
All right. Go ahead, guys.
Onward?
Fang North it is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a compass and I'm gonna paint that on it.
Paint it on the glass part, not the needle part.
Right. So whenever I'm holding it like right side up, it's always Fang
Right.
north
Yeah.
directly.
Alright. Lead on, please, before I bleed to death.
This
And
is
don't forget
fun.
your torch.
You guys want to see what's behind door number 2?
Yeah, it is,
Sure.
right?
All right, I'm gonna walk over here and open up the door.
Hopefully it's not like another one of those mist dudes.
You step across the hall and pop open the next door, and you find a room with 2 beds, a small table, and a couple of chairs. There's a little end table between the 2 beds, but there don't appear to be any people or mist creatures in it.
Ooh, I'd like to search that end table, please.
All right, give me an investigation.
Heyo, cobwebs.
Yep. You pick through the end table and find some cobwebs and a bit of string.
All right,
Anything in the end table, dude?
cobwebs.
Oh, sweet.
All right, well then, I'm gonna open up door number 3.
All right. You go ahead and roll me perception. And Fal Dune, you can't stand there.
Oh, maybe you can.
Wow, what are you doing?
And yeah, everybody that's in front of that door
Ah.
can roll perception if they want.
Oh, okay.
I'm good, Becky.
Felix says, "Nope."
Yeah, I'm okay.
Bam.
My God.
Let's see.
It's
Crit
going,
fail, you know, a 6.
it's going great.
You're fine.
Quick, is there anyone who's smart who knows how to spell the word genealogies?
Well, I think I do.
See, I tried to put that and it's telling me it's wrong.
Really?
Gee.
Oh, there's an A in there. Oh, well.
Why
yeah,
are
I
you
learned
spelling
something.
this? Y'all.
I love how all of you are. I like how some of you tried to help.
It stands for genes and ology.
It's the
It's
study of
Spanish.
genes.
All right, hey Orsik, before you open up that door, kind of hearing something there. It sounds like there's some cracking sound and a little bit of muffled shouting. Honestly, I don't know how you guys aren't here.
Now, do you mean Kraken like with a K, like the sea monster, or cracking?
Cracking with a C.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm gonna crack my knuckles.
I'm much less worried now.
Hmm. That could be the cracking of treasure.
Or the cracking of bones.
Well, I can break bones with this maul.
Maybe you have a friend in there, you just don't know it yet.
I'm gonna just step back and let you do your thing.
All right, I open the door.
You swing the door open to find a man standing on the far side of the room, wielding a large bullwhip, cracking it repeatedly and keeping one of the mist creatures at bay against the back wall while shouting unintelligibly at it.
Oh, okay, he's just kinky.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
I can feel it. I might hit double digits this time.
Who rolled for the torch?
Whoop.
That's a speedy torch, my god. Man, it's gonna suck when I lose my initiative roll to an inanimate object. There we go.
There we go.
Should I re-roll now that I've clicked on Orsik, the character? I'm not sure exactly how. With mine
we'll
selected.
We'll just do this. It was a 15, right?
Yeah.
Oh damn! How'd that happen? Oh, I clicked on the torch too. Damn it! What the hell? There's another torch there.
Every torch in this world is faster than I am.
They're replicating.
Damn torches.
I'd like to say I'm surprised that the inanimate object with no arms, legs, soul, or intelligence is faster than me, but I'm really not.
All right, Wit. Aside from all the torches, you're.
I don't know how I managed to beat all those torches. Oh, there's not a lot of room to go here.
If Orsik is willing, you could slip past him.
Can I get by?
You may.
Thanks.
Has to be consensual though.
Of course. I'm about that, D consent.
More importantly, can the
Sorry.
torch consent?
The torch, most importantly, the torch consent, yes. Okay,
That's
so
my fault. Sorry, guys.
you're good. That's hilarious. I'm gonna try and actually stab this one with arrows.
Long distance stabbing.
Yeah.
Fine
It's the
art.
best. It's a very fine art. The best art.
Man, I really want to stab that guy, but he's all the way over there.
You heard the what is it? The theory about like why somebody invented the flamethrower. Man, I really want to set that guy on fire, but he's all the way over there. All right, you launch an arrow from your short bow. You got the right page of notes here. That would be cool. And slam an arrow into the mist creature, which knocks it back against the wall, and it lets out a howl of pain. It already seems to be in very rough.
Long distance stabbing works.
All right, Fal Dune.
Okay. Allow me to just look at the monster manual for no reason. Just making sure. Okay,
Just gonna
sweet.
look at the monster manual to find the homebrew creatures I created to see what their weaknesses are.
Yeah, okay, I made a thing where it's like, it's called the Awesome Beast. It has a 50 D12 plus 100 HP. CR1, obviously. Multi-attack, it can attack up to 7 times. Oh shit, hey dude! Is this the man with the whip?
Yes, he is still wielding that bullwhip, and he looks at you all as you start bursting into the room and gives a start for a moment, but upon seeing that you are human, he turns his attention back to the creature pinned against the wall.
Okay. As I run in here, I'll like give him a quick, like, good job, dude, keep it up, as I run past him. And, wow, whoops, my torch, no. Perfect. When I get to about here, I would like to use wild shape to turn into a bear. If possible, I'd like to do it not while standing on the table, but I understand that's not really, you know,
You're on a rug right
under
now.
my control. Oh, it's a rug. Ah, perfect.
Also, all the best table dances are bear, right?
Right.
That's what I've heard.
Allow me to make myself bear.
Ah, so it's that kind of a bar.
Oh.
What?
Alright, now that I'm a big fluffy boy, I would like to attack this bitch. Specifically the one made out of mist, not the man.
We can get you... Here we go.
Oh yeah. Alright, I'll just move outside so as to avoid confusing matters. Shit, but I still have to be in here to see. Hold on, we can make this work.
I can fix that.
Perfect. Rawr.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Move myself out there then. Alright, now that I'm a bear, we'll give him the old 1-2. Here's number 1. Bam.
Alright, you lash out with your claws, but unfortunately the creature's able to dodge back out of the way.
Alright. Since bears have multi-attack, do I also have multi-attack as I'm now a bear?
Indeed, you do.
Well, alright then. In that case, I'm also able to bite him. Oh, bam.
How would you like to do it?
Holy shit. I'll just take, like, an enormous chomp out of him, and then, like, chew it up. Like, and whatever, like, the bear, sign language is for delicious, I would like to do that.
I think that's a shape like a little camping that they make with their paw.
Perfect.
Alright, you take a big chomp out of the mist creature, and as you're chewing it up, the remainder of the creature collapses to the floor and dissolves into... And the chunk that was in your mouth dissolves as well. With the mist creature... oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry. I want this one. With the mist creature slain, the man kind of takes a look at the bear and steps further away from it, and then turns to Wit, the next closest person towards him. Oh, I'm glad you guys made it here when you did. Thank the light that you were able to come through and finish that thing off. Wasn't sure how much longer I could keep that up.
Yeah, same. How long were you doing that?
It broke through the door maybe 5-10 minutes ago, and this was the closest thing I had to hand. I think I wounded it a little, but I certainly wasn't killing it very quickly.
Ah, you did good. Anyways, if you don't want to stick around here, we've cleared out a path to the front. Guards are out there. You'll be fine.
Oh, thank you so much. What have you seen my family? Are any of them okay?
Names I totally remember.
Yeah, dude, there was like a little girl in her room downstairs, just like down the stairs, first door on the right, dude. And there was, I believe her mother was in, hiding in the cupboard. Both of them got out safe and sound. Oh, sorry. I'm a bear. Fuck, I can't say that.
that just comes across as rawr, rawr.
I see, thank you.
Such a polite bear.
my daughter, I think she was downstairs, and my wife was in our bedroom up here. Is she okay?
Well, which bedroom would you be referring to exactly?
The master bedroom at the head of the stairs.
No.
I'm grateful that I'm a bear.
You.
She had a run-in with about 12 of them, and when we came in, she had already slain about 10 by herself. But unfortunately, the onslaught was too much for her to handle.
He kind of collapses back on top of a crate that's sitting against the wall here and puts his head down in his hands. You say she killed 10 of them?
I mean, I thought it was impressive. We only just cleaned up the mess, but even the last couple that we got to were looking pretty rough.
Well, that
It was so
sounds like
misty
her.
in
She
there, I
was
could
always a bit
barely
of a
breathe.
I don't. Okay. But my daughter, you said my daughter's fine?
Yes, she's outside.
Yeah, she's golden. I think she came out without a scratch.
Okay.
I would like to remind Felix, as he's an elephant who apparently has impeccable memory. He gave her like the torch which he cast
aware.
light upon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
The magic torch that keeps all the evil away. Yeah, man.
The man seems to draw a little bit of strength from knowing that his daughter is alive, and seems to become the protective father pretty quickly, and put the death of his wife aside to take care of his daughter. I've got to go be with my daughter. I don't know. We'll be outside if there's any more. Have you found any others on the lower floor?
We took care of a couple of them on the lower floor. We haven't yet investigated the cellar.
Okay.
But the ground floor seems to be all clear.
The cellar's very small. You've already done so much for us, but if you could check the cellar and make sure there's none down there, I think that would be the last of it. I've got to go outside, and I've got to find my daughter. Please meet me outside when you're done.
Alrighty. I will very quickly, before he has a chance to investigate the horror that went on in this bedroom, I would just like to close these doors. Thank you. Oops. Alright. Perfect.
Move the wall for a second. Sorry. Physics glitch. The man hurries out of the room past you all, around the balcony, down the stairs, out the front door.
Alright.
Maybe he'll pay us.
Okay.
I like the way you think. Next room?
I think we have to go to the cellar.
I think this cellar might be the only one left. Yeah.
I see some potential buddy barrels in there.
Potential.
This adds to your collection.
So you guys are heading back down the stairs?
Rawr.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll push you over to the first floor here. And I guess you'll need some torches and a bear. Quite the menagerie you're traveling with here. There you go. Sort yourselves out.
I got you. What do you need? A torch, a bear? I got you.
A barrel to go with your bear.
Here, Fal, I'll get your torch for you.
Rawr.
No problem.
I like open up my mouth and just like keep it open and like nuzzle the hand with the torch in it.
I'll pet you a little bit with my free hand, and in my empty hand, I'll put the torch in your gaping maw. Oops. There you go.
Rar. What a weird
Bear
thing.
carrying a torch. I'd be terrified. It's like the opposite of Smokey.
That's Smokey's arch rival, Fal Dune.
Sparky.
Sparky.
All right.
To the cellar.
So you head back into the kitchen. Everything appears to be pretty much the same as when you left it here. Just the dishes and a little bit of food out on the table. The cellar door, or the cellar stairs, I'm sorry, are in the northwest corner of the room. And the top of the stairs is over here, but it doesn't matter. So, headed down into the cellar.
Yes.
Lead on.
All right. Might get tight. Hang on.
What just happened?
Probably disappeared.
Oh, I'm teleporting.
Road trip.
Oh,
Oh god, that flips everybody over.
No, we're good.
Rar.
I'm right side up like you wouldn't believe. Oh boy. Yeah, right side up I am.
The cellar's tiny. I should have just like had you skip it or something.
Rar.
No, we're good.
As you troop down the stairs into the cellar, you see that there are several boxes, barrels. There's a table with some stuff on it, and from out of a back room, a man pokes his head around the corner. Who are you?
Rar.
Upon seeing the bear, he jumps back around the corner and then pokes his head back out. What are you doing here?
Rar. I don't know what this guy wants from me. If a bear could look at somebody like the bear thinks this guy is an absolute idiot, I would like to do that.
He stays on the far side of the room, but then asks a further question. What are there any of those things left?
I will look to
I'm just gonna shake my head.
Oh, thank God. I hid down here when they came in. I was hoping they wouldn't find me. I've got to get out of here. He moves towards you and starts to push past you to make it up the step.
Rar.
He gives the bear a wide berth, but given that the rest of you are not reacting to it, he seems content to ignore it if he can.
Have fun, be well.
He disappears up the stairs and into the kitchen.
Man, what a swell guy.
I expected a lot more horrible things down here.
Yeah, me too.
Well, let's roll out before they show up.
I love that idea. He said.
Yeah,
from
I have
the
a few
back-
holes in my body. I would prefer not to be there, so I think I agree.
Hey, you too?
Yes. Yeah, that's not me trying to color the floor. That's just me bleeding.
Oh, I thought you just snuck some ketchup packets in your armor.
All right, so you're done in the cellar, going back up.
Sure.
Yep.
I think we're good.
Okay. I will bump you back up to the first floor. Then I'm gonna go ahead and just put you in the hall because it's the largest room.
Perfect.
Anything else you would like to do in the house before you head back out?
Leave the house.
I'm gonna put the man's notes back, but that's not something that's gonna affect the party as a whole.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna go back to the office and put his notes back on the table?
Yeah.
Okay, I can respect that. I will delete my note about that. Good job.
You're not gonna make me return the books, are you?
I'm not making you do nothing.
Fine. Dang guilt-inducing elephant.
What are you talking about?
I'll put my books back.
Oh man, so all I gotta do to make you jump off a cliff is jump off a cliff myself?
No.
Easy.
Orsik will not be putting anything back.
All right. If everybody's done that, then we can exit this dungeon.
I'm done.
Alright, works for me.
All right. Let's go back to the city map. So I don't believe I specified a place for that. Where to use yellow, red, and blue? Let's use green and say that it's this place.
Alright.
So someone I'm sure will helpfully label that momentarily here. I have gnomes that take care of that sort of thing for me. So you exit the house and find that there are still some guards in the square out in front of the house, and the torches along the wall have all been relit. The perimeter is secured again. There is no mist anywhere to be seen. Most of the guards have been sent back to their normal patrols, but there are still several out front. The man of the house, who you recently assisted in slaying one of the mist creatures, it knelt down on the ground, holding his daughter, with one of the guardsmen standing nearby, talking to another guardsman.
Like he's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah. It's just scurry.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same thing too, but I didn't want to like steer the party or anything. But just kind of like, ooh, you know, like Orsik just standing there like, ooh. I think we should just go.
I'll respect the grieving process.
Roar.
One of the guardsmen who was standing near the father, seeing you all come out of the house, approaches and reaches out to shake all of your hands. That was quite brave of you. I'm glad someone was here and could respond. You seem like you've all taken a bit of a beating due to that. Let me help you a little bit. And he reaches into his bag and pulls out 4 potions of healing and hands them out to the 4 of you.
Ooh.
You're my favorite person who's ever lived.
Roar.
I forgot, you're still a bear. Or are you still a bear?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
The maximum duration is 1 hour, so like, why would I be a bear for 59 minutes when I can be a bear for an hour?
What are you,
Right?
nuts?
Making the most of it. My name is Manel. Again, thank you for everything you've done here. Marty over here, and he kind of points a thumb over his shoulder at the recent widower. He said that he wanted to talk to you when you came back out of the house. I think he had some sort of idea for some way that he might be able to help. And if there's anything that we can do for you, please don't hesitate to find me at the watchtower. Usually I'm near the north gate.
All right. What did you say his name was again? I'm sorry. It was Marcy?
Manel, M-A-N-E-L.
Manel. I got it. Thank you.
The guard or the grieving man?
Oh, the guard
That's
is
guard.
Manel, and then the grieving widower is Marty.
Okay.
There, put it in chat.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Alright, well, I don't know about anybody else, but, I think that's about as much excitement as I can physically withstand in one afternoon.
Gonna have to agree with you there.
I would like to find is there an armor smith or someone in this town? I have some stuff I'd like to offload and or appraise.
Certainly. Let's see. Back. You can follow the sound of a ringing anvil to find a blacksmith along the square here. My helpful gnome will label that momentarily. Did I just
Wait.
delete that
Oh,
somehow?
I see.
Oh, there it is.
Come on, champ. Can do it.
Yeah. So you can follow the sound of a hammer ringing on an end, and you find a blacksmith. The front of his shop is open to the square, and he's currently working on forging a dagger out of a small piece of metal stock.
All right, I will greet the blacksmith. Aye, shopkeep. Have some weapons to offload.
He sets the incomplete dagger back into the forge and puts down his hammer and comes up to the table at the front of the shop. All right, what have you got?
I'm gonna put the short sword and the dagger that I picked up off of someone in the sewers, I think, or maybe one of the chests or something in the sewers. I'll put those on the counter to sell, and then I have a leather bracer that is carved to look like snake scale. I'd like to ask him about what this is worth.
He picks up the short sword and looks it over and gives it a couple of test swings. I can probably do 3 gold for this. And you said a dagger, right?
Yeah.
And for the dagger, maybe 5 silver.
All right, I'll sell both of those to him.
He sets them on a table back at the back of the shop. And then you said a leather bracer that was carved.
To look like snake scales.
That's right. See, I give you guys these random trinkets, then I have to come back later and assign back. He looks the bracers over, turning them over in his hand and examining the stamping on them that resemble snakeskin. Could probably give you 5, maybe 6 silver for this as well.
All yours.
He nods and puts that back behind the table, and then comes back and counts out. What was it? 3 gold, and then did I say 8 silver on the dagger? No, 6 silver.
Yeah, I think 6 silver and then 3 silver for the bracers.
Okay, so 3 gold and 9 silver pieces. It passes across the table. I feel like we completely screwed that up. I don't think those numbers are actually accurate. I don't feel like going back.
No, you're good.
Though.
No, it's a buyer's market.
So,
All right, I will thank the shopkeep, and I'm going to head to the inn.
All right. Anybody else have anything they're doing?
Limping.
Rawr.
Limping, roaring, and bleeding.
Accurate.
Well, the hour may be up by now, so unfortunately I'm no longer a bear. But on the plus side, I can turn to Felix after I notice him maybe limping a little bit and go like, "Hey, dude, you need some magical medicine? You know what I mean, dude?"
No, I think I'll be good with just a long night's rest. Maybe apply some fresh bandages.
Oh, I kind of shrug and be
But,
like,
I do appreciate the offer.
"Yeah, whatever, dude." Yo, wait, you need some magical healing?
Are you offering me drugs?
No. Why would I offer those, dude? Like, those are for me. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just gonna pass out for like 8 hours. We'll be good.
Yeah, your funeral. I mean, yeah, your decision.
Yeah, hope for that every day.
So, you head on back to the tavern. Anybody going to do anything interesting, or is everybody pretty much just going straight to bed?
I like how this thing happened at breakfast. Like, we heard the commotion, and now it's like 2 p.m. and we're like, man, gotta hit the
I'm
sack.
tired.
It was a doozy of a day.
If you're involved in multiple fights for your life against mythical monsters that came out of the mist, you'd probably want a 2 p.m. nap as well.
I've gotten more done in this one fantasy day than I have in the last 2 weeks of my real life combined, okay? I'm sleepy.
To be fair, we're under quarantine in real life.
But still, I hold by what I said. I'm sleepy, I need a glass of water. I need a nice soft bed that I can bleed into this evening.
All right, so everybody's going to bed. That's what I'm hearing.
Sure.
That's
Yep,
what I'm
I
doing.
am.
Yep. Bed.
All right, everybody turns in for an early night. Go ahead. 3.
Bandaging my wounds.
You defeated 2 more of those things. I hope
Yep.
I wrote down. 100. I did write this down. Thank goodness.
Nice, good job.
You're the best.
Go me. I'm almost competent. Go ahead and take another 250 experience points.
Woohoo.
Woo.
I think, what are you guys at now? It should definitely be at level 3.
1225, I think.
Yeah.
I think we were at
Extra.
975.
Yes, we were. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yep, so you are definitely level 3.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hooray!
Go us.
Hopefully everybody researched what they needed for level 3 and they can at least apply the broad strokes of it now on their character sheets. And if you have any questions, obviously shout them out.
Here's a question to the class. If my hit die is a D8, how many HP do I get on a level up? Is it 5?
5 plus Constitution.
Okay.
Or you can roll that juicy D8.
I'm not doing that.
No.
There is a good chance I will never do that again.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm a lunatic.
Take the 5 plus Constitution.
Oh.
That's why I don't do it. You discovered the reason. Good job.
No.
Not just
Orsik the Squishy is born.
May he reign forever.
You didn't even get to the P and hit points. It's just P. Fuck. It's just H. Damn it. I messed it up. Rewind. Cut that.
Ouch.
I'm gonna cut that from the video. It's not making it in there.
Good job, Fal.
Shut up. Stop talking. That was me. Don't blame Fal for that. That was me.
The 30 seconds missing from the video prior to this was Fal screwing up a joke. Ha!
That's funny.
I'll call it out again later, like 20 minutes from now, just to make sure, in case he cuts that whole section.
Genius.
So since you're taking 5 plus your Constitution modifier, go ahead and roll that hit. See what you would have had. Because then we get to either make fun of you or say, nope, that was the right choice.
Okay. Let's see. Eh. Still worked out.
Yeah, you would have been short 1. Not a big deal.
I mean, better than rolling a 1, am I right, guys?
Right? That would suck.
Now, see, Orsik is just so good, he just doesn't need hit points.
Alright. I broke even.
Ooh, level
How
2
you doing?
spells.
It's been awful quiet.
Oh, I'm just typing stuff in for my archetype.
Ooh, level 3 rogue.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're. I've got some time.
So I'll just be typing. You guys go ahead. I'm listening. Don't worry.
Live
Yeah,
also.
Wit's just in the corner.
I really like level 3. You get all the cool features that sort of, differentiate the classes.
Yeah, I'm excited because I just got the swashbuckler features, and I wanted to play one forever.
I can speak with plants.
Dude, you can ask the mushroom how its day is.
No, dude, I can ask the weed if it likes being smoked.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think speak with plants might be terrible in your case because you're going to light a plant on fire, then get high.
Ah! Hey, dude, how you doing? Oh God, no! Dude, here's a question: if I cast speak with plants and then kill the plant, does that grant XP?
Oh no.
Depends on the plant.
If it's a shambling mound, yes.
Damn it! What if it's a blight?
Damn, you would get so much smoke from a shambling mound. My God.
You can question plants about events in the spell's area. It's so dumb. Where were you on the day of today?
I have a question.
That's
So
not
now I crit on a 19 or so in my weapons tab, do I put crit on a down to 19 when right now it's on
That's what I would do
think
personally.
So, crit on a just switch that to a
I'm
19.
gonna go ahead and say yes.
Yeah, I really like this character sheet better than the one we used there in the last campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Do you know if that's going to be crit on a true 19 or is it crit on greater than 19?
True 19.
Oh God. Otherwise, it would be be pretty good. You'd crit about 25% of the time.
Yeah, right.
Ah, crap. I was looking at the level 3 spells.
Wow.
Shut up. I'm like, damn, Conjure Animal seems
Sucks
good
to be
for a
nerd.
3rd level player. And now I know why. Ooh, so here's a slightly meta question to the DM.
Okay.
Alright. Are you familiar with the spell Healing Spirit?
I'm not.
Okay. Essentially, I can cast the spell as a bonus action, and it is concentration for up to a minute. I don't know, a 5-foot cube of, healing aura appears somewhere on the board. And anytime any creature that I can see moves into the space of the spirit, or starts its turn there, that creature can restore a d6 of hit points. No action required. I don't have to use a reaction, I don't have to use a bonus action or anything like that, they just do it.
Okay.
There is essentially, some players can abuse that because as written, in the rules as written, I could cast the Healing Spirit, and then since it lasts for a minute, and since one round is 6 seconds, all of us can just take turns walking through the Healing Spirit and healing 10d6.
Yeah, you could just walk back and forth through it.
Right, so all of us could restore 10d6 just between rooms in a dungeon. Which
It sounds like though, wouldn't it just do 1d6? Either you enter it and then if you walk out and walk back in, it wouldn't do another d6.
It does not explicitly say that each creature can only get the benefit once. So that's why I'm bringing it up now, is to clarify, because that seems absurdly broken.
And what level is the spell?
2nd level, I'm able to cast that right now.
Okay, second level. How many second level spell slots do you have? I should know. Should know that.
2 spell slots. And I'm able to prepare. Sorry, let me do the math here. 3 plus 3 spells I'm able to prepare. And I'm able to cast 2 second level spells. So I could cast this one twice.
Okay.
I'm just bringing it up so we don't get into a dungeon. And then I would be like, so yeah, and then I spam Healing Spirit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a reasonable way, just a little bit, without like making it used. You know.
Right. There could be some mechanic by which it only has a certain number of uses, such that either we could all restore a little bit of health, or one creature could restore a lot of health. Or we could do a thing where it's like, I have to use an action or a reaction or something like that.
Give it like charges, basically, like, can only be, the healing spirit can only be activated 4 times before it dissipates or something.
Right, like before it uses up all of its magical energy.
I'd say that's probably fair. For a level 2 spell, and it's only 1d6, so like right now that's a big deal. When you guys have 40, 50, 60 hit points, like 1d6 is
right. Or like,
whatever.
Hypothetically, I could cast that spell and then turn into a bear. And then like, now I'm a thing with quite a lot of hit points, and it's not like, it would still be a thing.
Yeah,
I don't know where I was going with that.
I'd say we'll go with the charges thing for now, but we can revisit it if it's an issue for either me or for you later in the future.
Okay.
We'll just say that it's like four times. It can be activated 4 times before the the magical energy of the spell is dissipated.
4 times, okay. I'll add that to the description right now.
If that sounds reasonable to you, anyway.
Yeah, that sounds more than fair.
Because then you can use it like the whole party can get a turn through it if you're trying to use it everybody up before a fight or something. But you can't spam it to just keep maxing somebody out.
Right.
For too long anyway.
I think I'm ready when everyone else is.
Yep, just finished typing it up.
I'm ready.
I'm good.
All right, so we're all good to go?
I am.
Excelente. Sorry, huge yawn. Okay, so you all wake up the next day feeling incredibly refreshed and powerful. Congratulations on reaching level 3.
Yeah, go
Thank
us.
Woo!
So, everybody getting breakfast, I assume, in the inn, or is someone doing anything different?
I'll just go down and munch on some salted meat out of the buddy barrel.
Like, you got any of that to go around, dude?
Sure. Only today, though.
Woo! Thanks, man.
I'll just have a regular breakfast and a water, please.
All right. The innkeeper offers you a deal on that. 1 silver for the meal.
Done and done.
All right. While everyone is enjoying their breakfast, the door opens, and you see Marty, the homeowner / widower / father / whip enthusiast from yesterday. Enter the tavern, look around, and spot the 4 of you over there at the table. He comes over and asks politely, may I join you?
Go for it, dude.
I don't see why not.
he pulls out a chair and sits down. I wanted to come over and thank you. The loss of my wife is this devastating, but it's just the fact that I'm alive and that my daughter is all due entirely to you. I've talked to the guards outside. They said that you didn't hesitate to rush in, save us, and I talked to the housekeeper as well. She said that you found her there in the pantry and had slain the creatures on the first floor. I wanted to let you know that I am forever in your debt, and if there's anything I can do to help repay you, I will gladly do it. Please, just name it.
No problem. I'm sure you would have done the same thing for us given the opportunity.
Well, I can only hope so. Speaking of this situation, and seeing how handy you all are in a fight, I think that I found something that might help us to improve the state of the town quite a bit. Magnus,
Is it Magnus?
I want to improve the town.
are you excited about the story? Are you excited about?
So excited.
That's a yes if I've ever heard one.
All right, his luck. I think I found something that might be able to help. I'm a bit of a historian, some might say an amateur archaeologist, if you will. Since this mist showed up, I've been frantically researching in my library. I think I might have found a way to protect the town. Are any of you spellcasters?
Yo, right here, dude.
I fancy myself a spellcaster.
Oh, good. This may be something that you're a little bit familiar with. So, in all my research, there have been rumors for years that there's some goblins that every now and then we'll see out in the woods. There've never been very many of them, at least in the immediate area, but every now and then we'll see some goblins. The rumors say that those goblins are part of a very large tribe living in a network of caves, maybe a day or so's travel east of here. Well, from what I've found, there's one tale that tells of maybe a decade ago. Those goblins managed to kill a dwarf bearing a powerfully enchanted gemstone. He must have been headed away from Nurok, the dwarven fortress to the southeast. I don't know why he would have a powerful gemstone and be transporting it alone, but rumors say those goblins took it back down into their warren and have kept it there. Based on the research I've done, and I have to step outside of my my area of expertise here, as I'm not any sort of mage, but I think this stone, if we can perform the correct rituals and get the right magical energy, might be able to help protect the town from this scourge. If only we could get those rituals done. I don't know if this is something that you might be able to help us with, or maybe if you can talk to one of the mages in town. If this turns out to be true, though, this could very well save us.
Yeah, this sounds like exactly what we've been looking for these last 6 months. I would
I think so as
100% be down with trying to make that happen. Can't really speak for my compatriots, but I'm pretty pumped, I'm not gonna lie.
So I'm taking notes. Yeah, dude, like we can get that stone back like lickety split. Don't you worry about a thing.
Orsik just nods.
Well, fantastic. That's pretty much all the information that I've been able to put together. But from what I've heard and from the few accounts that I've found, I'm leaning towards there being some truth that the goblins have got a stone of some kind of power. If it's anything like what these stories are telling about, I think we could use it. You might go speak with Jonderlug. He's a bit of a magical authority around here. He might know more about the ritual and what we would need to complete the ritual as well.
That sounds like a splendid idea. Well, I sure hope there's time for me to just finish off the last of this breakfast first.
Well, I'm sure there's time for that. For now, I've got to get back to my daughter. Obviously, she needs me more than ever now. But if you need, we'll be back around the manor house, I'm sure. And Jonderlug can be found at his store, just around the corner from here, up the road towards the northwest gate.
That sounds perfect.
All right, well, thank you very much, dude.
He gets up from the table and heads to the door, leaving the tavern.
A swell guy.
There could be treasure.
Dude, and if we're going into the forest, we could look for Laude the Healer's various herbs and remedies. Like, if we're going over that way to, like, retrieve this stone, then, I mean, may as well keep an eye out, you know.
I like the idea of multitasking.
It's very.
Can you get off of me, Hunter? Sorry, my cat's just going nuts.
You want me to bring Magnus back in and have him start barking?
We'll be alright.
My dog is always like, "What is going on?" when she starts hearing Magnus through my speakers.
Yeah, he's the most vocal dog I think I've ever seen. Like, he's just constantly talking.
Almost like Fal Dune when he transforms into a bear. Dude never shuts up.
Rawr.
Doesn't have the same effect if you just growl like a bear when you're a person. Just not.
Not quite. I mean, it has an effect, certainly, but not the same effect.
Definitely not if it's me who's doing the growling. I feel like someone would be like, well, this guy's just losing his mind.
Right. Look at this weird stoner over here. So,
Alright.
what are you guys doing?
I think I'm just polishing up my brekkie and then heading out to see good old Junderlug.
Sorry, you broke up at the end there.
Oh, of course. I said, I think I'm just gonna finish up my brekkie and then go and see old Junderlug. On my
Alright.
cat claws at my thigh.
Anybody else have any different plans, or is everybody going along?
I'll just seal up the old buddy barrel and tag along.
I guess I'll go as well.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Well, all right. So you head out onto the street, turn around the corner, and crossing past one alley on the right side, you see a shop that has a sign in the window, Jonderlug's Magic Emporium.
I think this is the place.
I really hope so.
Yeah?
We just like if the town had two guys named John Dulug.
That'd be embarrassing.
Be really unfortunate for both of them.
So, upon entering the shop, a magical chime sounds from somewhere in the back as the door opens. As the echo of the chime is ringing across the shop, you take a look around and see that the walls are covered with a variety of bric-a-brac and seemingly random items that may or may not hold any sort of magical purpose. There are shelves throughout the room as well, which hold vials of various liquids and solids and materials, bolts of cloth and bits of stone and rubble and just all sorts of seemingly random things scattered around the shop. From the back of the shop, you hear footsteps, and stepping out from behind a tall shelf, you see a dwarf with a long white beard, dressed in blue robes, with a pair of spectacles on his face and a slouched hat perched atop his head. He comes out, stands behind a rather short counter, and says, what can I do for you?
Hey, we were just told by good old Mr. Marty that you might have some intel on how to clear up all this mist. Sure hope he wasn't lying to us.
Clear up the mist. If you think I could do that in my current state, would you think that we'd still have it?
Well, I mean, maybe we could help you out. He said something about there being a very powerful gemstone in the near vicinity that has been absconded with by a group of goblins.
He takes his glasses off and sets them on the counter. Did he happen to say what color this gemstone was?
He might have. Let me check my notes here. Hey, DM, what color was the gemstone?
Actually, I don't think I said what color the gemstone was, so you wouldn't have any way of...
Either he didn't tell me or I forgot to write it down. But, oh yeah, all I've got is gemstone.
Where did he say that they got this gemstone? Goblins aren't much for mining, at least not effectively.
Said it was from checks notes, a lone dwarf who was carrying the gemstone.
Well, if that was a blue gemstone, and that was about 10 years ago, I might have an idea of what that is.
I sure would like to be enlightened.
Well, I don't normally discuss dwarven gossip, but I have heard something of you from men about town. It sounds like you're an upstanding bunch, and you've done quite a bit to help the town already, so we do appreciate that. The whiskey you retrieved from the burnt-out building was quite a treat for all of us, I'll say.
Yeah, we thought it would be. Just glad to help out the common folk.
If this stone is what I think it is, I think it might be the Sapphire Sun. I'd heard a while back that someone had stolen the sun from the vaults at Nuruk. I think there was a dwarf down there that was a likely culprit. What was his name? He kind of taps on his temple as he thinks about it. Dalstruck or something. He disappeared around the same time, but no one could ever find him or the stone. Traitorous bastard. If goblins really did get him, at least he got what he deserved. But yes, if we could get a hold of the sun, that had powerful magic imbued into people. If we could get that and some ritual ingredients, I think we might be able to create a beacon that would help us to burn the fog away from the town. If this is true, this could turn out to be pivotal. It'll take me some time to put together plans and everything. Did they say where this stone might be?
I looked through my notes, and I didn't write it down.
About a day's journey east of town.
What I said. He didn't really give any exact locations, but he did mention that it was about a day's journey east of town.
Yeah, I hear there is a goblin warren over there. Not sure exactly where it is, and I don't know. I have heard that people who head into the forest in that area in the foothill do tend to run into goblin patrols, so you might be able to capture one and get them to tell you where it is, or maybe follow one back to it. I've heard what you did, and I think you might be the right people for the job. If you think you can get that stone and bring it back, I can work on the ritual side of things and see if I can come up with a list of what we might need to channel enough energy into this thing to make a difference.
Well, that sounds grand. Do any of those ritual components, would they perhaps be on the way to or on the way back from this goblin warren? so we could sort of keep our eyes peeled on the way, or are they a little more specific?
Well, for something like this, and especially with dwarven magic already imbued in the stone, it's going to be fairly particular. I know we're going to need some offhand. I know we're going to need some source of energy, and then probably a couple of components to help filter and diffuse the energy before we have some way to spread it. I've got a couple of options, but I'll have to do a little research to make sure I know exactly what we're dealing with. That, and I need to dig up my materials that mention the sapphire sun, see if I can find notes on what exact magic is imbued in it.
Well, I just think that sounds like a great idea.
Sounds like loot.
Oh.
Well, the goblins have been, raiding and scavenging in this area for a while, so there would probably be some loot involved. I'm sure if there was any food or anything that you could bring back, the town would greatly appreciate it. Anything of a medical nature, or herbs or bandages, anything like that would be useful in these times.
Yeah,
But if this stone is what we think it is, that would be the highest priority. We might be able to do great things with that stone.
Well, that sounds like a wonderful idea.
yeah, dude, and we'll be sure to have it back here in no time. Isn't that right?
Aye.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be some time, but it'll be pretty quick in the grand scheme of things.
Well, that sounds good. If you're going to be traveling outside the walls, talk to the captain of the guard. He should be able to help you make up a list of the things you'll need to stay safe out there. This mist obviously has made travel very, very difficult.
Just a side note, the sun is hitting my cat's collar, and my cat is enamored with the shine that is casting itself on the bed sheets. It's like he's playing with the laser pointer with himself. Anyway, sorry, I figured.
Hey, you got to make quarantine fun where you.
All right. All right. I think I'm pretty much. Oh, sorry, I lied. Hey, Junderlug, I do have one question that your Emporium might be able to help me with. I've been studying this spell of invisibility, and I've heard tale that the best results come if there is an eyelash encased in gum arabic involved in the casting process. Is there perhaps any chance I could find such an item in this Emporium?
Of course, I've got a couple of those right over here. For what you're doing for the town, I'll gladly give you one.
Well, that just doesn't really seem that fair. How about like a half-price discount kind of a thing?
Well, if you insist. I'd heard this about you. 5 silver.
I heard from Rhoda.
You are a wise man. I hand over the
Well,
5 silver.
I'd certainly like to think so. Hopefully I'm wise enough to get this ritual going. I'll start on it right away. It's going to take a lot of research to figure out what we need, but if you can start with the gem, hopefully I'll have a shopping list for you afterwards of other things that we'll need.
Perfect.
Oh, dude, speaking of like us going to get the gemstone, isn't it like dangerous to go into that mist without like a torch or something?
I know that for a fact. You definitely have to keep light, a fairly strong light source around in order to keep the mist at bay. With as long a distance as you'll be traveling, you'll need a number of torches, I'd say. You can talk to the captain of the guard. I think they have a stash of them, and they may be able to help you out if you're doing something to help the town.
All right. Here is another question though. As like the proprietor of like a magical establishment, is there like some manner of magical solution to this light problem? Like any, I don't know, like a device which emits light and it doesn't like burn itself out, you know?
Well, let's see. He kind of taps on his chin.
Any that you're willing to
well,
part with, at least. Like, I understand if, like, you only got one, you should, like, keep that to yourself, you know. Dangerous times.
I think the only thing I have is a drift globe. I've only got one of those, and they tend to fetch quite a price. Even giving it to you at cost, which I can barely afford to do, it'd still be several hundred gold.
Yeah, like, don't worry, dude, I understand.
I could probably give you a couple of scrolls with the light spell on them, just in case you happen to need it if you ran out of torches or something. Those I could probably give you at maybe a gold apiece.
Nah, that's okay, dude. And I'll kind of, like, do that thing where I, like, almost slap Felix on the shoulder, but in, like, a... Yeah, that's what we got this guy for.
Very, very good. Having a good spellcaster at your back is a good way to ensure your own success. Hey, Felix.
I sure think so.
Yeah, definitely at the back is where Felix is most accustomed.
Junderlo gives a little chuckle. Yeah. Well, is there anything else I can do to assist?
I'll just look to my companions quizzically, like, anything else?
I think I'm good.
Orsik shakes his head.
I think we're golden.
All right, I'll get to work on this this ritual, and I'll get you a list of components. I'll be here at my shop if you need me.
Alright, thanks a bunch, dude. Alright, and I'll exit the shop.
Alright. I'll do the same.
All right, where are you guys headed next?
That
Thing.
Go for it.
Oh, sorry. Should we go to the captain of the guard next for torches?
Sure.
I think that's a great idea.
Like, how many do you think we'll need for a journey of this magnitude, dude? Because I got, like... let's see. And I, like, rummage around in my backpack a little bit. And totally not looking through my character sheet. I got, like... I got, like, 5. How many did you get?
I'm gonna copy your exact movement. Verbatim, word for word. Oh. Wait, what?
Good one.
I have a total of 1 torch.
I believe I just have one as well, unless the Dungeoneer's pack comes with torch.
I think it does.
I thought it
To
did.
the player's handbook.
I think pretty much all the packs come with torches.
Not the nerd ones. The priest
Yeah, like
pack
the priest
and...
pack doesn't.
The priest pack has candles.
Then I have 10.
You should have like 10, yeah.
I'm looking.
Where are the backpacks? Oh, here they go. I hadn't scrolled up to them yet. Good old page 153.
Ooh, I of course took the
Scholar's pack.
wow, words are really hard.
The priest
Burglar's pack.
Wow.
And I have 5 candles, and 2
that's
flasks
better
of
than
oil.
Well, that's something.
Like, better than nothing, dude.
I went to look for how long a torch lasted in 5e, and I found an hour. But I also found this Reddit post, which was super fun and gets really weird at the end.
That sounds like Reddit.
Yep.
Nah, I don't believe that for a
Oh,
I
second.
also have a
intrigued.
lantern, so that's fun.
Can you say that again, please?
I also have a lantern, so that's fun.
Wow.
Meow.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't hear that incorrectly.
Nope. I think you heard it exactly the way that I heard it.
I'm a little concerned what you guys heard, but let's just move on.
Here's a question. How do you spell that word?
Nope. We're not doing this.
Okay. Reeling that one back. Cutting that out of the video.
I'm gonna read this weird Reddit post now.
What?
That dagger's actually pretty cool.
That's so dumb.
It just takes like a really weird turn in the sentence. So, based on what I'm finding, a torch burns for 1 hour.
Wow.
given the importance of having light in this environment, I think I'm going to try to track that with some measure of accuracy. I don't know how good I'll be able to do since I don't normally keep track of time, hardly at all in game. But we will see if we can come up with something. It may just be done. It may just be done by the day. Like, oh, you traveled all day. That's going to be, that's 24 hours. That's 24 torches worth. Or you made it to lunchtime. That's 12 torches, or something like that.
Well, that sounds fair.
Yeah, I can dig it. And in that case, I would like to head to a merchant where I might be able to procure some more torches.
The dude whose name I totally remembered, like Mattel, something like that. Yeah, that's definitely
Well, I
it.
was gonna say Manly, so you're doing better than me.
That's what the
Are you talking about Mantle?
Yeah, dude, that's the dude. He said we could ask him if we need some more torches. Maybe like give us a discount or something.
I think we were heading to the captain of the watch anyway, so
Yeah.
that'll be our next stop. Sounds good.
Ow!
Sure. Toughen up.
Is that a cry of pain?
My cat's biting me.
Why is your cat so aggro?
I don't know, I'm just trying to pet him. He's like nuzzling my hand, like he's being all nice, and then he rears up on his tummy and grabs my hand with all of his sharp appendages. Including his mouth.
So normal cat stuff is what I'm
I
hearing.
mean, he's being a normal cat, it's just painful.
It just feels like betrayal.
Yeah. 1 minute I love you, the next minute I will destroy you.
I love you. Now die.
Alright, yeah, I'm ready to head out and see Mantle at the north gate.
Sure. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Maybe once Adam unmutes his mic, he'll tell us how good of a plan it is.
What? I'm here, I'm right here.
He had his mic muted, going like, "They're so dumb. Just get to the guard."
Let me see. I was gonna make a mark on the map here for the guard. It's gonna be in that tower.
To that tower we go.
So
Huzzah!
Wait.
you guys approach the tower, and obviously there's a gate here as well leading out of town. The gate is closed. There's torches along the top of it. There's a couple of guards standing behind it, talking quietly. And as you approach, they perk up and kind of put their hands on their weapons. What are you doing here?
Oh, hey, we're the ones who saved that, manor the other day back when the mist infested it. And, our good buddy, Mantle, said if we ever needed any more, supplies for any adventure, we actually just spoke to Junderlug. And I continue rambling like that until I eventually explain that we need torches to go on a quest to save the Sapphire Zone. But it takes like 5 minutes.
Before you reach that point, the guards have dropped their hands from their weapons. Oh, you're those. Okay, yeah. Hang on, I'll get Manel for you. He turns and goes inside the guardhouse as you continue rambling.
Alright.
And
My story
a few
half
moments later,
finished. I'm
few
just
moments later,
finishing
Manel
up the
comes out.
story as he's walking.
There you go.
I haven't stopped. So, we need some torches for that adventure. Oh, hey, Mantle.
Oh, it's good to see you again. My man here, as his employee walks past him to go back on guard duty, said that you needed something about adventure or going outside.
Yeah, so, we were just looking for some torches to, brave the mists, to try to find some answers and hopefully resolve the whole thing.
Well, obviously our supplies are very dear right now, but I know you've done quite a bit to help us repel that incursion the other day. I could probably spare at least a few torches for you.
I think we'd appreciate as many as you could possibly spare.
Well, what are you going out to do anyway? Are you leaving? Trying to travel somewhere else? We have had some people have some success in making it to other towns, but it's the rare party that makes it far, makes many trips.
We heard rumor of a very powerful gemstone called the Sapphire Sun, if I remember correctly, that several around, including our own beloved Junderlug magician extraordinaire, thinks might be able to give us a nice bright radius of light which would fend back the mist.
Oh, really? That would
What
be
I've been told.
that would be something. Yes. Well, if you're going out on this excursion to help the town, I'm sure that I can spare a few more supplies. Just a moment.
Oh, well.
He goes back inside, and you can hear him talking to someone in the building, and he comes back out. I've got a man sent to fetch some torches for you, as well as some rations. I will say, if you're going out into the mist, obviously be very careful. Always keep torches lit, and always stay in as close to the torches as you can. We have seen the mist creatures slip out of the mist into dim light, at least, to snatch people away, and I would hate to have that happen to any of you.
You and me both.
About this time, another guardsman comes out of the tower, and he's got a bundle wrapped in canvas in his arms, and he comes up and hands it off to you, Felix.
Oh, perfect. How
He
much do I owe you?
Oh, if you're doing this for the town, you don't owe us anything.
Well,
You're
I
doing
think we
quite
both
opposite
know
of
that
your
that's
lives
not
to-
gonna happen.
He chuckles. I've heard this about you. Fine, 1 copper.
1 copper it is. I hand over my 1 copper.
He takes the copper and tucks it behind his belt. All right. Well, again, stay in the bright light as much as you can. Don't go into the mist alone, and take care of each other. And for God's sake, if you can find that stone, please bring it back here.
Will do. Alright.
So, in the canvas wrapped bundle,
Mhm.
do you open it now, or are you just taking it with you?
I don't know. Might as well take inventory now.
Okay. You open up the bundle and find 18 torches, as well as 4 field rations, which would be 1 day's food for 1 person each,
Mhm.
as well as 2 potions of healing in small stoppered vials.
Alright.
May the gods bless you on your journey. I wish you speed and luck.
Yes, you as well.
Manel salutes and then goes back into the tower.
Alright. I feel like that went pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maida, I like how you are just sticking with this persona and continuing to develop it. Nice work.
Yeah, I'm
I
trying.
like how Metal caught on like instantly. Like, fine. What's the lowest amount I could possibly charge you for this that you would accept?
Well, I'd say in a town like this that's been in the grip of a pandemic or event like this for 6 months now, like everybody in town's probably pretty tight with each other, and word gets around fast, I'm sure.
It's kind of what I'm noticing from this coronavirus thing is everyone's a lot faster to respond now than they usually are.
Right?
It's like, oh my
true.
god, someone to interact with?
Right. Friends! Are you
Feel
my friend?
attacked.
So, Anything else?
Here's a question.
Shopping, weapon upgrades, prayers to strange deities, sacrifices of small animals.
What? Fucking say that again?
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go there. All right.
I dare any of you to attempt that even once.
I'll just say Orsik's down for whatever.
Here's a question. How do we want to handle the logistics of divvying up those supplies just for the sake of, like, roll 20, let's try to keep track of this?
Well, I was kind of thinking about that, and I figured me being the largest and most likely able to carry the most, I really don't mind just kind of carrying the burden and divvying them out as we need them.
Like, are you sure, dude? I wouldn't want to just, like, settle you with that, you know?
No, I'm fine. Look. And in addition to my backpack, I sort of like, you know how like if you have a sweater on, you can sort of put it over the strap that goes under your arm and it like hangs there? You know what I'm talking about? Am I going crazy?
Yeah. We've all done that,
Yeah.
right, guys? Pretend it's not crazy.
Ever done that?
All my
That's a normal human thing.
Alright, so I feel like I'm gonna have to explain this a little
Here's a
bit more.
question. So no, I think I understand. Once you put the sweater in there, can you also like hang a lantern from the sweater?
Yeah, that's what I was actually going to ask.
Can I what?
I thought it was a callback. I'll cut it. Don't worry.
Oh, thanks. But yeah, I don't mind. Here, look. It'll fit right here on my backpack strap. See, we're golden.
Sounds good to Orsik. He's happy with that. He's not gonna fight you.
So, based on the information that you got from Marty, I had to remember which guy it was. It sounds like it is about a day's travel to get there. So, and I know you've got the 4 field rations, so you've got 1 day's food basically. I don't know if anybody else has like foodstuffs in their inventory, or if you're planning on hauling the buddy barrel with you, or if you're just taking things.
I've got 5 days of rations for my explorer's pack.
Same.
Yeah, I'm bringing the buddy barrel, and I have 10 days of rations in my dungeoneering pack.
Oh, brag about it.
Thank you. Will, look at it, and I'll show it off like Vanna White, and it's like sparkling.
So I think we did decide that it didn't really factor into anything in the last, but I think we did that the buddy barrel does reduce your speed to half.
Oh yes,
Ooh.
okay.
Here's
So
for the sake of all
you can take it
movement?
with you if you wish, but then it's a 2-day.
Okay.
Well, 2 days for you. You could meet us there.
Orsik, like, Orsik, like, here's a question, dude. You know, like, all that meat you have in that barrel? What if, and this is gonna sound crazy, we, like, leave the barrel here at the inn, and we ask, like, a butcher to, like, wrap up the meat in something. Maybe it'll keep it fresh just a little bit longer.
You drive a hard bargain, Druid. Yeah, I think that is the best course of action. Then, like, take the meat out, distribute it through the party, and we can kind of go from there, so that we're not slowing us down with a cumber.
Or,
No offense intended to the buddy barrel. Let that be on the record.
and here's a
I heard
question,
it.
dude.
It has been noted.
Is there anyone in town that can, like, make jerky? So we can, like, take the salted meat and make jerky out of it. So we'll then have, like, long-term food solution for later. And or long-term snack solutions for later.
I kind of thought salted meat was jerky. Is that not
Yeah,
correct?
same.
Yeah,
Am I-
it's already pretty much.
Oh, well, never mind then. As I said, good thing we already have a long-term food solution with this salted meat.
Yeah, so I will crack open the buddy barrel, and I don't remember exactly. I think you said it was like half full of salted meat.
And then we have eaten some of it,
Yeah.
like for breakfast.
And yes, we have.
Are there eggs
So
in there as
maybe
well?
like a quarter. I know I've munched on it a couple times now. Maybe a quarter still full, or a tenth. I don't know what that would be numerically.
So we'll probably just split it into like days worth of food, just for ease of, ease of tracking. So let's say it is like what's left in the barrel when you is about 12 days worth of food for one. So you can distribute that however you see fit.
You said, I'm sorry, it kind of broke up. 12 days.
Yep, 12 days for one. So you can distribute that as you see fit.
Okay, I'll distribute it evenly, so everybody gets 3 days worth of rations, or jerky, whatever you want.
And for those, yeah, just call it a salted pork ration. So we know that it's salted meat. I don't know if that'll actually factor in anywhere, but hey, we might as well write it.
That sounds good. I want to go back to something here. So if you check out my drawing by the southeast end of town, outside the gate. So you've got your backpack, right? And this is the bit where your arms go through the straps. Right? You following me?
Yeah.
So then here, the bottom of the strap that would be like tucked under your armpit, you can like hang stuff from that strap and it's supported. So that's what I'm doing with the bundle.
Here's a question. At what point in this process do you plan to make a turd and hang that from the backpack?
It's not a turd, it's a bundle. You see, here's where the stuff happens. Let me get a different color here so I can properly illustrate. Here's where like the stuff is held. And here's like the corners that I have tied into a knot, which are now hanging from the strap.
I'm following. I'm with you now.
All right, so there you go. I just wanted to make that clear. And yeah, all right, I'm good to go.
Oh, I have 40 raw eggs.
Oh, that's right. Christ alive.
So if anybody wants some eggs, let me know.
Oh, that's right. Follow those eggs.
Dude. Like, big brain plays here, not to think too far ahead of the game, but like, can we, like, goblins are dumb as shit, right? Can we, like, somehow convince the goblins that, like, we will trade you the stone for these dragon eggs, and, like, show them those raw eggs?
I bet they'd buy that.
Can we, like...
Oh, absolutely.
Has anyone seen, like, a store in town that sells paint? We could, like, paint the eggs, just to, like, go all the way with it.
I'm sure we could find some.
I don't know if I can do anything, but I'm pretty skilled with calligraphy.
Bam! There we go!
My gosh. That one thing you wrote down on your character sheet is suddenly coming to life.
It's coming to you!
Yeah, I just reach into my pack and I pull out a big crate and crack that baby open.
That's...
Oh,
please use a different
you
word
can see shiny
when
eggs.
describing eggs.
Anything's worth a try, right?
I mean, from what I understand about goblins, and please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on this, goblins are, like, real dumb. So, like, maybe they'll buy it.
I bet they'll buy it, 100%.
Alright. Is there, like,
Yeah.
is there a store in this town which sells paint? And or any supplies which could pass for paint? Like, textile dyes or something.
Well, you know that you passed a, like, general dry goods store along the square near the healer.
Okay. I guess it's worth a try. Let's hit them up.
Sounds good.
Sure. Yeah, I'm down. 100%. Couldn't hurt.
All right, so you head back to the general store there in at the square. an elderly woman behind the counter. As you come in, a bell jingles over the woman behind the counter. Turns and asks, "So, can we help you find something?"
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I'll let you take the lead on
Yeah, thank you, Felix. Yeah, dude. I was wondering if you sold like dragon eggs.
I think we're all out of stock on dragon eggs today, unfortunately. Is there something else?
First of all, what a swell person. Second of all, Felix was like, crap. Okay, plan B, have you got any paints? Like any exotic colors of paint?
We do have a small selection of pigments and paints over here. She takes you to a small shelf along the back wall where, in addition to some dyes, some textiles, she's got a couple of colors of locally made pigment. So there's like a blue and a red, and like a gray, and then a brown.
Ah, sweet. Sorry, allow me to confer with my companions for just a minute. Alright, so like, what color should we try to paint the dragon eggs?
I feel like the more exotic, the better. But
So-
I'm also not the calligraphist, so I'll defer judgment to the experts.
Oh, and that makes me the expert. Sweet.
Yeah, is not the expert. Sorry, guys.
Orsik's still thinking of ways to eat those eggs.
Yeah, I'm like sitting over here drooling, trying to hold down an egg burp.
That is exactly not what we're looking for right now.
Yeah, I'll sit silently in the corner and just stink.
Oh, goodness. Anywho, there was red and blue, because I was definitely listening.
Red, blue, I think gray and brown.
I think I'll take the red, the blue, and the gray.
Okay,
Good
I'm sorry,
colors.
my internet's acting up. I heard red, blue,
And gray.
and gray. Okay. Well, if you'll be buying three, probably settle up for maybe 4 silvers total.
Works for me.
Done and done. I hand over 4 silver.
Oh, thanks.
Ah,
No
this is the
problem,
guy
you
I
did-
wanna take a shot.
You did the picking, I'll do the paying.
I like it.
All right. Anything else I can help you with?
No, I don't know. Do you guys want anything while we're here?
Like, are you super sure you don't have any dragon's eggs? Because like that would kind of save us some time with this whole paint thing.
Well, we used to have some, but gosh darn it, they're all out of stock, right, sir?
Dang it.
Oh, if we're gonna go on a journey, I sure would like to have a water skin. Is there any chance you have one lying around in this fine establishment?
I have to blame my internet again. I'm watching, so I know it's acting up. What were you looking for?
One water skin, please.
Oh, 1 water skin. Well, of course, that'll be 6 coppers.
Perfect. Do you have change for a silver?
Certainly I do. She returns 4 coppers.
Thank you so much. Alright. I'm good.
I think I'm also good.
All right.
Hey Orsik, quit stinking up the shop over there. Let's get on out of here.
Okay.
All right. You all return to the town square. And if nobody else has anything they're waiting to do or that they need to do in prep, I think this is probably a good spot to stop for the night before we start the journey.
All right, sounds
I
good to
think
me.
that's a good idea. I'm already fading, and I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's
You're
it's
good.
okay.
It's all
I
good.
gotta get up. I gotta get up at like 3:45 tomorrow to do some work. So I'm.
That's
Woo!
disgusting.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Ew.
Go to bed.
Like condolences.
Yeah, since it's all permanently like work from home now, the idea of schedule let's just take a nap whenever.
True.
Good
I
point.
took like 4 naps yesterday. It was ridiculous.
I am so jealous.
You got to do what we do and just deploy stuff to other countries. So we usually do our changes like in the middle of the afternoon for Australia. Just because
Nice.
they're sleeping.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, we have people in India that do most of our deployments, but for some stuff, we don't trust them, so I have to be up.
Understood and good.
But yeah, I think I got to do that tomorrow, and then I got to work at 5 on Friday. So I'll work the early shift, and I'll knock off around noon. So do stuff around the house.
Okay. Well, that doesn't sound as horrible.
Yeah, especially with the work from home, which normally when I had done this stuff, even before the whole global pandemic thing, I would work from home on those days anyway. It's nice to have the flexibility at least.
True that.
Absolutely.
Well, good session, everyone. We've made some great advancements towards the storyline stuff that I've been putting together that I totally didn't start putting together this morning.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
Yeah, totally never. Nah.
I could tell.
So I'm looking forward to it. I think the next session should be pretty good. I think it's pretty much already prepped. I did it this morning. There's either two ways my sessions go. Either I did absolutely no prep and I feel terrible about it, or I did some prep and it was like 6 sessions worth that I thought wasn't going to be enough for 1 session.
Yeah,
Sounds about right.
I feel that.
And then
Yep.
sometimes we fall down a bridge and survive, and we got to deal with that.
Right? Yeah, what should have been a party wipe, all of a sudden you're still alive. Damn it.
Oh, shit.
And then an Acme anvil falls on you. Bam, done.
Right. Yeah, and the bridge collapses from as well and lands on. Go ahead and take another 2d27.
So the bridge collapses, and you're all dropped in a gorge. Ah, shit, it only did like 20 damage. Okay, the gorge collapses, drops you into a subterranean gorge.
The gorge also collapses. All right. Well, nope. This was good, guys. Nice work, and we've managed to add a few more places about town, so that's cool. Meet a few more people.
Yeah.
Go us.
Yeah.
Making
Yeah, I
sure-
look forward to our excellent adventure.
Heyo.
I'm sure that'll go well.
Let's not yoke it up too bad, okay?
But
Hopefully we don't crack under the pressure.
Oh, you really scrambled for that one.
I did.
All right, I'm gonna leave before it gets any worse. I'll see you guys.
Okay,
Everybody stay
good
safe.
idea.
Alright, bye.
take care.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Have fun.
Later, guys. Enjoy the quarantine.
Thanks, you too.
Do my best.
Yeah.